Hello everyone, welcome back to Joy&Victoria Dramas. Today we're taking a look at the previews for OVERDO Episodes 23 and 24. After the emotional rollercoaster of the previous episodes, these latest previews suggest the story is moving into its final act. The stakes are undoubtedly higher, but these trailers also expose both the strengths and weaknesses of the drama's storytelling. As always, this review is based only on the previews, so these are my observations and predictions before the episodes are released. Let's begin with episode 23. The preview opens with one of the most emotionally charged confrontations in the series so far. Murong Qingyi blames Ren Susu for his elder brother's death, and the pain in that confrontation feels genuine. Rather than another action sequence, the focus is finally on emotional consequences, which is something OVERDO has occasionally struggled to prioritize. Another major reveal is the implication that Ren Susu may be pregnant. On paper, this should be one of the biggest twists in the drama. However, I also think this is where viewers should be cautious. One criticism I've had of OVERDO is that it sometimes introduces major twists very quickly, without giving enough time for earlier conflicts to breathe. Pregnancy is a life-changing revelation, but if it's used simply to raise the emotional stakes rather than naturally developing the character's relationship, the impact could feel more like a plot device than an earned turning point. That said, I do like that the preview shifts the conflict away from external villains and focuses on emotional wounds between the main couple. Those personal conflicts often make for stronger drama than another rescue or shootout. Another interesting detail is that the preview leaves several questions unanswered. Is Murong Qingyi judging Ren Susu based on incomplete information? Is there another truth waiting to be revealed? Those unanswered questions make this trailer genuinely engaging without revealing too much. For episode 23, my preview rating is 8.8 out of 10. It delivers strong emotional tension, but whether the pregnancy twist succeeds will depend entirely on the execution. Now let's move on to episode 24. If episode 23 is about confrontation, episode 24 is about heartbreak. The biggest shock is the apparent 6-year separation between Murong Qingyi and Ren Susu. His heartbreaking words that he wishes they had never met immediately suggest this isn't simply another misunderstanding. It feels like years of pain finally catching up with both characters. Visually, the preview is one of the strongest we've seen. The quieter scenes allow the emotions to breathe instead of rushing from one twist to another. That's something I've wanted OVERDO to do more often. However, I also have one concern. Time skips can be a powerful storytelling tool, but they can also become shortcuts. If the writers use 6 missing years to avoid explaining important emotional developments, viewers may feel disconnected from the character's journey. Hopefully, the full episode fills in those gaps rather than asking the audience to simply accept the change. One thing I genuinely appreciate is that the preview doesn't rely on explosions, kidnappings, or last-minute rescues. Instead, it trusts the emotional performances of Zhang, Linghe, and Wang Churan to carry the story. If the full episode maintains that focus, it could become one of OVERDO's strongest emotional chapters. For episode 24, my preview rating is 9.1 out of 10. Not because it's packed with shocking twists, but because it appears to prioritize emotional storytelling over spectacle. Looking at both previews together, I think these episodes represent a potential turning point for OVERDO. The drama seems to be moving away from constant action and toward exploring the emotional cost of everything these characters have endured. That said, the writers still have something to prove. The pregnancy reveal, the accusations, and the 6-year separation are all major developments. If they're handled with depth and consistency, these episodes could elevate the series. But if they're introduced only for shock value before being quickly resolved, they could reinforce the criticism that OVERDO sometimes mistakes dramatic twists for meaningful storytelling. So, what do you think? Is Murong Qingyi right to blame Ren Susu? Will the pregnancy change everything between them? And do you think the 6-year separation will strengthen the story, or is it simply another dramatic shortcut? I'd love to hear your thoughts because these previews raise some of the biggest questions the series has asked so far. If you enjoyed this honest and balanced review, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Joy&Victoria Dramas, and turn on the notification bell for more thoughtful Chinese drama reviews, previews, recaps, and in-depth analysis. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.